number 2 tonight in the Bound for Glory series. It's on deck. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles next.
On the road to Bound for Glory and a chance to wrestle for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship goes through Impact Wrestling live tonight. Samoa Joe is one of the most physically powerful men in the history of TNA. His domination of the BFG series speaks volumes. A win tonight practically guarantees the Samoan submission machine a spot in the Final Four. Standing in his way, the phenomenal AJ Styles. Currently in 5th place, Styles is on the outside looking in, facing elimination. Can the phenomenal one rise to the occasion and collect the points necessary to keep his Final Four hopes alive?
And with our second Bound for Glory series match of the night just moments away, Taz, here's the updated leaderboard.
You see right there, Cowboy James Storm with 73 points earlier tonight, locked himself a Final Four spot. That's huge for the Cowboy.
Introducing first from Gainesville, Georgia, the phenomenal AJ Styles!
What a sense of relief it has to be for AJ Styles to finally have his name cleared. But as we heard earlier, AJ not worried about Daniels and Kazarian, focused on making the Final Four and no surrender. Distractions are over. With just this one match tonight remaining, AJ sits at 50 points to make the Final Four. He's got to win, and he's got to get some help.
Well, if anybody can pull that off, it is the phenomenal one himself. He won the phenomenal one. He's a pressure player.
And his opponent from the Isle of Samoa, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe!
Before we get to the next chapter in the ongoing rivalry between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, let's take you back 2 weeks ago, Impact Wrestling. This just moments after Samoa Joe beat Magnus in the Bound for Glory series.
Well, Samoa Joe tried to extend his hand to shake the hand of his former tag team partner, Magnus. No! He took that loss real hard by Joe, and you saw right there, just cracked at Samoa Joe, went for his head. Joe put his hand up, blocked it with his hand, but really cracked that forearm and wrist real bad of Samoa Joe with that steel chair did Magnus.
Huge match in the Bound for Glory series. So much at stake, especially with the news that we announced earlier tonight that if you finish in first place in the regular portion of the Bound for Glory series, you're going to have the opportunity to handpick your opponent in the semifinals at No Surrender on September the 9th. That's big once we narrow it down to the Final Four.
Well, that's massive. If you are the number one cat, you're the number one guy, and you can pick your opponent, that is big. But right now, Samoa Joe can solidify his spot in the Final Four, possibly with a win here. Jay, man, he's in a tough spot here, Mike. In my view, he's got to try to maybe get a submission, get 10 points. AJ's got 50 points right now, I believe. You know, if he gets a submission victory, he's going to get 10 points. Puts him right in the heat. Thing is, it's tough to get a submission on someone like Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe has 2 matches remaining in the Bound for Glory series. This match right now against AJ Styles, and then next week against Jeff Hardy. So if you look at the position that Joe is in, especially considering that the Cowboy James Storm, he's already done with all of his matches, you know that Samoa Joe would like nothing more than to get a win tonight, get a win next week, and he could potentially move into first place and have the chance to pick his opponent at No Surrender.
Great chance of that happening. You see right there, AJ wrestling, both men wrestling cautiously. AJ tried to go for an armbar of sorts, but Joe pulled out. Nice quick drop step into a duck under. Scoots over to a side headlock. Does AJ Styles and has control of the big man, Samoa Joe.
You know, there's nothing like being at a live Impact Wrestling TNA event. Big weekend ahead for the crew, and it's going to kick off tomorrow night in Richmond, Virginia at the Verizon Wireless Arena as AJ able to take Joe into the corner. We're going to follow it up Saturday night in the Washington, D.C. area. Join us, live Impact Wrestling.
On the Crab Country area there, D.C., Maryland area. Done some stuff over there. But right now, AJ Styles trying to get himself a big vertical suplex, having a hard time picking up Samoa Joe.
The momentum of AJ immediately cut off as Joe connects with the elbow.
Well, look at that. Good job by AJ. He caught the leg, trapped the leg in the ropes, and then threw a couple of round kicks of his own into the leg of Samoa Joe, getting Joe off his feet.
Strategy of Samoa Joe throughout this Bound for Glory series. Concentrate on submission wins. And he's picked up those huge 10 points on so many occasions that he is in second as AJ connects with the drop kick.
Well, AJ is just so well-rounded as a competitor, not just a high flyer, a guy who takes risks, as you're about to see here. Oh, God.
Wow.
Met with a nasty, just a punt kick right to the solar plexus sternum area. You can hear that thud.
Absolutely no reward for AJ as he goes high risk. And you're right, just got drilled right in the midsection. You know, I think I speak for you that threat that we heard earlier from Aces and Eight sort of hangs over the impact zone tonight. The fact that they will be down there later on. Not going to be dictated to. Obviously going to come out here on their own time. That challenge was issued by our world heavyweight champion, Austin Aries. Off the knee drop. It's Joe on top for two.
Yeah, Austin Aries definitely wants to, he said it, he wants to fight one of them. One-on-one, he wants to put whoever's in charge of this thing, or one of them, he don't care. He wants to fight somebody, the world champion does. Hulk Hogan Sting came out top of the show in support of Austin Aries. The champ, we got your back. Hogan said, you want a bloodbath, Aces and Eights, bring it on. Aces and Eights, we heard it, like you said, Mike, they're coming.
Snap slam right into the pin in just two. Well, you know, we saw that kick earlier from Samoa Joe. Reminds me that K1 Kickboxing is coming to Spike. U.S. Grand Prix Championship, LA Sports Arena. Saturday, September the 8th. And you can watch it live on both coasts. 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. On the internet, it's k-1spike.com.
Both men now exchanging some forearm shivers here. AJ had gained some control, but Joe putting AJ on his back. Oh, wait a minute. Nice counter.
Cross face, as well as having the leg trap.
10 points could be coming right up here for Samoa Joe. If AJ taps.
And if AJ does tap, think of what it does to him in the Bound for Glory series. Pretty much going to take him out of that Bound for Glory series opportunity to get in the top 4. It's something that AJ's thinking about as he tries to get a rope break, and instead Joe has an answer for that as well.
There's a reason why they call Samoa Joe the Samoan submission machine. He can get her done when it comes to locking up a guy's body. Great job barring up both those arms. Painful bow and arrow type deal here.
AJ again trying to do anything and everything within his power to either break the plane or to make contact with the rope, and finally he does. Extends the leg.
Showed a lot of heart. AJ showed a lot of heart and toughness right there. And how about Mike, still to come tonight, Kurt Angle versus Jeff Hardy. Talk about the Bound for Glory series. Winner stays alive in the series, loses out. That's big.
Must-win situation for both Hardy and Angle when they square off. That's also tonight here live, as Taz just talked about. And now both Styles and Joe down, both getting back up to their feet. Going to find out who picks up the points in the series.
AJ Styles just throwing bombs right here at Joe. Rocking Samoa Joe with those punches.
AJ gets the boots up in the corner.
Oh, watch out. Watch out.
Springboard and flies. High forearm shot to the head of Joe. Takes Joe down. Now, opportunity is here for AJ, but can he capitalize?
Just amazing athleticism by AJ Styles. The guy's flawless, man. He's freaking flawless. Oh, right to that arm. He hit that forearm.
He sure did.
That steel chair hit by Magnus.
Put it right on target. And now going to go for that arm breaker, but Joe has that thing, at least the perfect counter at this point.
Well, yeah, AJ's going for that Juji Katami, that cross arm breaker. He's got it now. He's got that. Foot's on the rope, though, Ref. Foot's on the rope.
Ring positioning and awareness of Samoa Joe, so important
Well, the Pele was blocked by Joe. Oh, with that left forearm and wrist, which we saw on Joe's entrance, how it got smashed by that chair. So Joe's in trouble now. Look at Joe's hurting. Oh, no!
You talk about digging down deep. The adrenaline rushing through the body of the Samoan submission machine as he took AJ Styles up and just drove him down to the mat.
Loaded with nothing but intensity. Well, Samoa Joe right there, not going to lock himself a choke in here, I think. Wait.
AJ's got the counter. Roll through. AJ on top, just two. Joe misses with the clothesline. AJ off the ropes, going to try and roll up Joe. Oh, instead,
got the choke.
Joe turns it around, applies the choke. Ring positioning looked good, but AJ able to counter.
Goes back to that
AJ arm again.
Go back to that bar, and you see Joe clasping his hands to prevent hyperextending that elbow. Look at AJ, he did. He popped the grip.
Going to try and pop the elbow of Joe.
Got a pin.
Joe stacks on him. AJ shoulders down for three, and Joe wins it.
Your winner, Samoa Joe!
Hey, that's just some great street grappling and wrestling right there. Simple. Counter for counter, hold for hold. Joe got the better of it. Grabs himself 7 points. In that all-important BFG Series match, AJ Styles dejected. Wow. Bad deal.
Tremendous. Back and forth. Incredibly competitive matchup. Joe still favoring the arm after he gets the win. The pinfall win over AJ Styles and picks up 7.
If you notice that AJ Styles kind of going against his normal style of a match. You know, I mean, going for submissions, which he had to do. He had to try and get those 10 points. But that's not his style of wrestling, meaning AJ.
And Taz, now it's time for our direct impact of the night, brought to you by Direct Auto Insurance.
Well, you see that Joe going for that choke. Nice counter by AJ to the Jujikatami. That cross arm breaker. Preventing that extension of the arm was Joe. And then Joe able to stack up for a quick pinfall here. And cradle a leg with Samoa Joe.